Next topic is features of the parliament. The Parliament of India has two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So our Indian Parliament is divided into two houses. So the first one is Lok Sabha and the other one is Rajya Sabha. So as you can see in this picture, this is the Parliament House of our country India, which is present in New Delhi. So first of all, we will deal with Lok Sabha. Okay, composition. Lok Sabha is also known as the House of the People. So what is the other name of Lok Sabha? It is the House of the People. It is the lower house of the parliament. So Lok Sabha is the lower house of the parliament. The members of the Lok Sabha are elected directly by the people through election. So how the members of the Lok Sabha are elected? They are elected by the people through election. The total numbers of members in the parliament is 552 seats. So the total number of seats in the Lok Sabha or the total number of members in the parliament or especially in the Lok Sabha is 552. 530 members are elected by the people of different states and 20 members are elected by the people of union territories. So 530 seats are elected by the people of different states. Okay, and 20 members are elected by the union territories. The president can nominate 2 members from Anglo-Indian community. So from the Anglo-Indian community, only 2 members are nominated by the president of our country. The elections are held on the basis of universal adult franchise, which means all the citizens of the country above 18 years have the right to cast their votes. So our elections, which is taking place in every 5 years of duration, it is based on the universal adult franchise. The meaning of universal adult franchise means a person in our country is eligible to participate in an election when he or she is above 18 years. Okay, so that they can give their vote and vote to the according to their wish to different political parties. Now let's discuss what are the qualification of the members of the Lok Sabha. Any citizen of India 25 years and above can contest the Lok Sabha election. So it should be any citizen of our country and whose age should be 25 years and above. They can contest in the Lok Sabha election. The person should not be mentally unsound or declared bankrupt. So the person who is participating in the Lok Sabha election, he or she should not be mentally unsound. That means mentally unstable person, or declare bankrupt. That means they should declare bankrupt means they have not enough money to participate in an election. There should not be any loan in the person who is taking participating or who is participating in a Lok Sabha election. He or she must also not hold any office of profit. So he or she who is participating in the Lok Sabha election, he or she must not hold any office of profit. That means he or she is working or participating in the Lok Sabha election, so he or she should not have any other office or any other business through which he or she is earning. So these are the qualifications of the members of the Lok Sabha. Next, tenure, that means duration, time period. The Lok Sabha serve a term of 5 years. So the Lok Sabha, it mainly runs for at least 5 years. If due to some reason the government fails to enjoy the support of the majority of the members of parliament, the president can dissolve the parliament and call off fresh election. So the Lok Sabha, that means that if due to some reason the government, that means the political party which formed the government, that means at present BJP government formed the government, right? So if BJP government fails to enjoy the support of the majority of the members of the parliament, that means if BJP government does not get 2/3 of majority in the parliament, then the president can dissolve the parliament. That means the president will declare that now these particular government is come to an end, and again fresh election will be taken place through which new leaders will be selected by election. Members of the Lok Sabha, for the purpose of election, the country is divided into constituency. So for the purpose of election, that means so that we can conduct election in our country, because our country is very vast, right? So it is not possible to contest an election in all the states or in the all the areas in one at a time. So that's why the whole country is divided into constituencies. From each constituency, one member of one seat in the Lok Sabha can be elected. So according to areas, that means the areas means constituency, one member has one seat in the Lok Sabha. They can participate in the Lok Sabha election. For that one seat, candidates from different political parties contest. So for that one seat, different candidates, they participate in the election, and whoever party get as number of votes according to the population of that particular area, that party wins in that particular constituency. Candidates who do not belong to any political party or independent candidates can also contest. So in our Indian constitution, or you can say in our Indian election, if any political party, they do not belong to any or you can say or any candidates, or any candidate who does not belong to any political party, or he or she is independent candidate, they can also participate in an election. After election, the candidates who get the maximum number of votes in a constituency is declared elected from that constituency. So as number of votes, that means whichever political party a person is participating in an election, if he or she get maximum number of votes, that person win in that particular constituency. The members are known as MPs. So these members are known as MPs. The party that wins the maximum number of seats form the government. So in our Indian constitution, especially in the Lok Sabha, if a party wins maximum number of votes, that party forms the government. Just like at present BJP political party forms the government. Members belonging to other political parties form the opposition. So the other members who does not got the maximum number of votes, they will be declared as the opposition party. When one single party does not win clear majority of seats in the parliament, two or more parties come together to form a coalition government. So according to this line is that if one single party, okay, in a Lok Sabha election does not win because of majority, that means does not get a huge amount of vote in an election, they can have an agreement with two or more parties, so that they can form one form of government, and that particular form of government is known as coalition government. So what does the coalition government means? If one single party does not get majority number of seats in the parliament, they can do agreement with two or more other political parties, and hence they can form a coalition government. The other parties who do not win the government forms the opposition. So the other parties who do not get the maximum number of seats or votes in an election, they form the opposition party. The members of the Lok Sabha elected a speaker and a deputy speaker. So the members, that means whoever is the member of Lok Sabha, they will elect a speaker and a deputy speaker. They conduct all the proceeding of the Lok Sabha. So who will lead the proceeding in the Lok Sabha? It will be the speaker. And if the speaker is not there, due to some reason, the deputy speaker will take the charge of speaker. All resolution and bills have to be moved with the speaker's permission. So all the resolution or bills, that means the rules and regulation which will be made in the Lok Sabha, first they have to take permission from the speaker, then only they can present in the Lok Sabha.